Folks, we've done this 151 straight times, and it just keeps getting better. I don't know how they do it. Steve Hellwagon, Bucknuts, 247 Sports, Tony Gerdeman, and Kevin Noon, Buckeye Scoop. How that place got to be so blessed, wow, it's just a wonder to me. Guys, how we doing today?
Doing great.
Doing great.
Blessed.
Awesome. Well, all the main movers and shakers on both sides of the ball, including Ryan Day himself, were at the podium yesterday. Steve, your thoughts about what was communicated?
Yeah, it was almost 90 minutes of briefings with the Ohio State head coach Ryan Day and the two coordinators, Jim Knowles on defense, Kevin Wilson on offense. And Ryan Day is always very guarded with what he had to say, never wants to highlight a single player because he says, I might leave somebody out, which is code for I don't want you to really know who's doing well or how they're doing it. Just that continue to know they're practicing football at Ohio State. They've been through 6 practices now this spring in hopes of bringing national glory back to Ohio State after a forgettable 2021 season, although it did culminate with a Rose Bowl win. Jim Knowles, very good in his half hour of his comments. Covered so much ground about what they're doing, installing the new defense, how they're going about it, which players are starting to come on for them. So if you're an Ohio State fan and you really want to know what's going on with the defense, Jim Knowles, very candid in his comments, brand new, fresh out of the box defensive coordinator. We haven't ruined him yet with all of our bad questions. So he really had a lot of great things to say, I thought, yesterday, and talking about a lot of guys who are coming on. Jack Sawyer, particular defensive end, could be maybe even a young guy, Reed Carrico at linebacker. He's got a lot of guys across the board that he really likes. So I think he's finding the talent level within the defense is what it ought to be at Ohio State. Now it's just trying to figure out where those pieces go. And then for Kevin Wilson, he talked offensive line a good bit because that's one of the big stories this spring is the offensive line and how they're going to recover from losing Nicholas Petit-Frere and Thayer Munford and how they're going to fill in those spots. And sounds like they've got a real comer in Donovan Jackson, said he could play tackle or guard for Ohio State if need be. And I think that's a pretty good thing right there. So there were a lot of positives to it, a lot of good news, not much bad news, not much injury news, really. Nobody who it sounds like has been lost for any appreciable amount of time through the first, couple of weeks of spring ball. And you just want them to keep on that straight and narrow as they continue spring practice.